these emus just run next to you. Look at them go, it's so crazy. Don't run in front of me, jeez. Welcome to all past, present and future adventure riders and anyone that likes the great outdoors and exploration. I can't think of a more fitting location than the red sands of the New South Wales Outback to do my intro in, which to me is going to be a 6-day, 3,000 plus kilometre solo adventure ride. But hopefully I'm going to experience and show you the beautiful, the rugged and at times unforgiving landscape in New South Wales. Like always, I'm just going to ride, film and speak as I go and hopefully capture the fun, but not so fun, and at times emotional side of solo adventure riding. So you can experience the ride with me as I see it through my own eyes. But you know what, enough chit chat and rambling for me. Obviously my ride didn't begin in the Outback, so let me take you back to a half a day ago when all the fun began. How good is this? My ride has officially begun. I left at 5 o'clock this morning. I've done 200 kilometers in 3-degree temperature. My fingers are about to jump off my hand and leave me, but it's all good. The dirt roads have begun. And one of the little goals for me on this trip is to experience when the bushland and the farmlands turns to the Outback. And for me, that'll be when the golden tracks like I'm on right now turn to the red loose sands, when these trees become a lot smaller, a lot more sparse, and just actually pay attention to when that line in the I guess you could say ground occurs. How cool is this? New South Wales own devil marbles, devil's testicles, a bunch of rocks, it doesn't matter what you call them. It's pretty cool. If you actually punch this into Google, it brings you to a Northern Territory location. So I was having a bit of troubles finding this actual track, but I've been meaning to do it for a while. Oh wow, that's unreal. It's just amazing how these rocks are like, they're just sitting here. All around there's nothing, just grass, and then you've got a pile of massive rocks, all sorts of size and shapes. And they just look like they've been, I don't know, dropped from the sky, I guess. Really weird. So cool though. Oh no, I didn't expect this at all. Oh, come on, I can't turn back. I'm meant to be going to the desert. How do I get myself into this stuff all the time? Oh, that's flowing fast. That's not worth the risk at all. I'm meant to be going to the desert, so I thought I'd take some bush tracks to experience the bush, and I come across that's just going to be a dumb decision. It's only 3 degrees. Oh man, why do I always come unstuck with these river crossings? Well, I promised myself after my Victorian high country I wouldn't take on unnecessary river crossings like this, if not totally necessary, I guess. But Sally's just like, come on, put me in the water. But a 3-degree temperature, the fact that it's day 1 and only 4 hours into my adventure ride, and the water's just absolutely ripping in down there, I'm just not going to do it. I'll just backtrack and be smart for once. Maturity kicking in. Sorry old girl, but we're staying dry. Well, it wouldn't be adventure riding without the adventure side and the hiccups. So once again, the bush tracks back there were kicking my ass with river crossings and block roads. I've had to backtrack, and now I don't even know if I can do the bush tracks I had listed, because I have to do a big sort of circle back, and it's just going to waste so much time. And I'm trying to achieve 800 to 900 kilometers on day 1, which I already think is not achievable now. I'm on Peak Hill Road right now, and on the entrance it said road closed, locals only, and I'm sitting there going, oh, I really can't afford another detour. And a local pulled up next to me and said, mate, you can get through it, it's just a shithouse road. And these are his exact words. It's a shithouse road with a big river crossing, but on that thing you'll be sweet, no dramas. And I'm like, I don't know if that's promising or not, so I'm committing at the word of a local. All right, here we go. I don't really want to get mud all over my bike though, so I'm going to stick to the edge. Oh, this is the deep section I was talking about. Just go, Lance, fuck it. Oh, big rock here. Oh, easy. What am I talking about? I hope that's the section that local was talking about. Keep going, don't stop. Oh, she's soft. Oh, slippery. Oh, it's still going. This is meant to, oh jeez, meant to be going to the Outback trip. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna just go up here, just suss it out. Alright, let's go, go, go. What have we got here? Oh, it's getting deeper. Come on, Lance. Oh no. Go, go, go. Okay. And now what have we got? Oh, I'm committed now. Shit. Oh, go, 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 bike. Go, Sally. Oh man, that's way deeper than I thought. Oh, sick. Oh no, it's still not over. The last bit. What have we got here? This looks alright. Looks alright. Come on, yeah. Nice. Oh, a bit of adventure there, that's for sure. A bit of adventure indeed. Just what I needed to get the trip going on a high. Whew. The beauty of my safari tank is I can just stretch my legs out the front here and really get a good stretch out in the bum cheeks. I've even got the tea towel under the lambswool cover on top of the comfort seat and it's still just not doing the job. That's definitely a downside of the sport dual sports. Long-term comfort. There's just so much signs of just an absolute downpour that's happened recently. I'm going through so many little crossings, but I hope that doesn't mean that there's going to be closed roads further to come. I just hope I can get to the Outback tracks and not come across closures everywhere. What is going on here? There's water crossings everywhere. Oh man, that's saying 30 centimeters deep. Well, at least I know it's a tar bottom. Oh wow, yeah, go, go, go. Oh god, my boot's wet. Ah, crap. I didn't want to get wet. Oh, that's freezing. I'm soaked. Oh, you just got to laugh about it, but man, I did not expect any of this. How cool is it though? Adventure riding at its finest, wet and it's only 5 degrees. I'm not quite sure what road I'm on, but I'll check in a second when I get out of this creek. But this road, obviously when it rains, is like this all the time. But I've crossed just tens and tens and tens of these. Probably, it wouldn't surprise me if there's like 50 of them. There's just water over the road everywhere and signs are showing it. So obviously it's a frequent occasion, but the water's got nowhere to go. It just sits on the road. It's pretty cool if it's warm, but it's so cold. I've never experienced a road like this before, not with the ongoing water anyway. 5 kilometres of Cairn, centre of New South Wales. I never knew there was a geographical centre of New South Wales. Obviously why would there not be, but when I was looking for my itinerary and where to go, I happened to be zoomed in on Google Maps around here and it just sort of popped up. If I zoomed out just a little bit too much though, it went away, so I'm glad I found it. But I'm obviously at the centre of New South Wales. I'm still not really in the Outback. The terrain is changing slowly, but definitely I would not deem this to be Outback as yet. Here we go, the geographical centre of New South Wales. And my little bike has made it here. I've been plenty further, don't worry, but it's just another little thing to tick off on the bucket list, I guess. But yeah, I had no idea this was even here until only 2 days ago, so pretty cool to find. It looks like it's pretty new, really. Maybe just put a new concrete slab around it or something. What does this say? In memory of Jimmy Dean. This place is where he roamed. It was his second home. One day he lost his way, but his spirit will remain forever here in the Five Ways. Well, I thought I'd put my bike in the middle of the road in a geographical centre of New South Wales. If you don't put it in the middle of the road, it doesn't actually count. You can't just park it to the side. So, absolute beauty. Pretty cool little place.
Come on, buddy. Up the road. Come on. That's alright. That's alright. Calm down. I'll just put you over here so you don't get squished by a big road truck. Here you go. Catch her on. There you go. You're alright. Good boy. Yeah, I always like to catch the lizards because they just got no idea, mate. Just stay there and they just get squished. I've seen so many dead ones already.
I do have a goal to get to a certain location by the end of tonight, and if I don't make that, at least be somewhere in the sandy sands of the New South Wales Outback. So fingers crossed I can make it. For that, to me, that's about anywhere from 800 to 900 kilometres on the bike, so it may very well be a personal best straddling this beast. We'll see how we go. these emus just run next to you. Look at them go, it's so crazy. Don't run in front of me, Jesus Christ. You silly animal. That was pretty cool though. Well, I'm going to officially call it that I'm in the New South Wales Outback, and for several reasons. One, I'm nearly 800 kilometres inland from Sydney, so that's one big one. Two, the ground is always red now and it's getting looser and looser. Three, the trees are far more sparse, if any at all sometimes. And four, the flies. Well, it's winter, so I don't know why there's flies, but the flies out here that are on steroids, they don't seem to care that it's winter, so Outback for sure. Now that's a big flock of emus, or herd of emus, whatever they call themselves. How cool is that? I love seeing those things. So this is where I camped last night. I've just got Willandra Creek just in the background, which I'll go for a walk in a second, which I believe is pretty cool and rare for it to be totally full. I had to come in from over there where the main track was, but it was getting so dark last night. I was on my I did 880 kilometers and I couldn't see the track anymore. It was all rutted out and I kept nearly coming off sort of the front wheel, washing out, kangaroos everywhere. So I'm about 20 kilometers short from where I was, but 880 kilometers on the old DRZ and my bum's still in one piece, so that's the main thing. But yeah, it was a pretty long day. I'm pretty disappointed with the GoPro again because I was doing a whole lot of filming with all these near misses with animals and the sun was going down, but for whatever reason the last hour of footage has all been corrupted, so go figure. I never know why that happens, but it just does. But let's go suss out the Willandra Creek. So there's Willandra Creek there. Full, flowing, animals are loving life. I'm not sure how often it's this full, but certainly it's not common. It's pretty cool indeed. Glad I came here though. How beautiful is this? Just leaving my campsite from day one. 880 kilometres yesterday. I was 20 kilometres short of where I wanted to get to, but was able to camp in and amongst this stuff. And now I'm off on day two. The sun's out, not one cloud in the sky. Top temperatures are 20 degrees. All red roads from here on out and all the loose stuff. Unbelievable. This little bridge I'm on is how you get over Willandra Creek when it's flowing like this. And I had to park the bike here because I'm pretty confident that when it has this much water in it, that's quite a rarity when it's flowing like this. And I'm in the middle of nowhere and you just got water. It's pretty sensational. I know it's just a creek in the end of days, but just to have water in the outback, it's just such a weird thing to think of, but it's here. So cool. Sally's loving life. If this isn't freedom, I don't know what is. Just a bloke on his motorbike of choice at 100 kilometers an hour on an open Outback track. Oh, this is just absolutely what dreams are made of. I can't believe how good of temperatures I've got. The weather's so good. The tracks have all turned out to be awesome. Really, really positive about this ride. So good. All I have to do is hold the throttle and go for it. I thought I'd ride up on here. The track is just here. But like there's just a few trees in the distance, but it's not complete desert, but it's pretty bloody close for New South Wales. And I'm in the Willandra National Park area. Highly recommended if everyone's coming out this way. All in the distance there, you've got awesome nature reserves to ride through, but this is just sensational. Can't get enough of it. And my bike's running like a dream. Absolute dream. Whilst I'm riding along this awesome track, I'll have to give my lovely wife a shout out, who I now love even more because she's the one that made me go on this ride. I was meant to be on a paid tour on the New South Wales East Coast, which for unnamed reasons fell through at the last minute. But my lovely wife said, well, you're going on a ride, so you may as well go on one anyway and enjoy yourself. And obviously I'm not going to give up the opportunity to jump on a ride. So the problem was though, my anxiety and excitement, which totally counteracted one another, were on level 10 for this ride because I was left with a week and a half to prep my bike and to pick some sort of itinerary. I spent most of that time doing my bike up, and I was left with 2 days to literally pick a direction, circle a bunch of locations on a map, and in true adventure style, just go for it. The anxiety side of things they came in because all the tracks I've picked, I don't know if they're open, closed, good, bad, public, private. I mean, the list goes on about tracks out here, what could or could not be. So far it's so good, but as you can see on the next clip of my itinerary, I certainly have picked off a massive amount of locations. I just hope in 6 days I can get to them all and experience them properly, but we'll see. So far this has just been awesome on day one. I have to give myself a pat on the back. I'm actually very proud of myself for once just taking my time. Like I go a lot faster if I wanted to. I'm taking my time and I'm just exploring and actually enjoying a location for once, rather than absolutely smashing it through it just to get to the next location to also smash through. So pat on the back for myself. I'm really chuffed. And what a lovely place, Cachiga National Park, full of water too for once. Unbelievable. How cool is it to be able to ride my bike down here right next to this inland lake. The road is literally just fair. I've just ducked down here, pulled up next to the lake, and look how far it goes. Like, it goes for kilometers, literally. Just another amazing sight that me and Sally together, my lovely workhorse, have been able to see. I'm just riding away from that inland sea I was looking at, which you can still see over the horizon here. But I just feel so fortunate that I'm able to adventure ride, that my body's able, that I can get on this bike, go for a ride, whether it be once or twice a year, it doesn't matter. But my ability to be able to do it and have a supporting family, it's just such an unreal feeling to be out here on my own, just exploring Australia bit by bit. And my little bike, my little trusty workhorse, just keeps on going and takes me to all these locations that sometimes even by car you can't get to. It's just phenomenal. And I hopefully I can continue adventure riding well and truly into the future. How cool is this? I've parked my bike only 30 meters away from an absolute inland sea. I've got sand like I do at the beaches, minus the waves and the hot chickie babes sunbathing. I've effectively got an inland sea. That's just phenomenal. I'm 800 kilometers west of Sydney, and this just goes on for kilometers and kilometers. I wonder how deep it is in the middle, and more importantly, if it doesn't have any massive downpours, how long does this water last? Because as I said, a few years ago I was here and this was bone dry. There was nothing. So weird, if I would pick someone up and place them down there facing the way I'm facing, you would just think there's no water, no chance of survival, I'm in the middle of a desert, everything sucks. Yet if you just turn around to think that there is a massive inland sea just there with more water than a bloody harbour, it just doesn't quite make sense. Why is this all dead and dry and that all beautiful?
Yeah, it's crazy, but the complete different landscapes all within the same landscape. Blows my mind. Just looking for somewhere to camp for the night. That's pretty cool here. Even got a pile of firewood if I wanted to. Let's suss this out, eh? Well, for once, I've made it to a campground on time. I've just pulled off from the main track over there, Punkari Road, and looks like there's a little allocated section between the farmlands to set up camp, and that'll do me for today. So I'm saying that, let's set up a camp and see how long it takes, eh? Well, camp is all set along the very, very full flooded Darling River. Who would have thought that the best campsite I've found so far is only 50 metres off the main road. I've got a fire that's going to happen tonight. I found firewood, everything's set up. Now I've got a golden rule too, that I always, once I find I'm going to camp, I'll set up straight away, because too many times I've come and I've just stuffed around having fun and then it rains. So always get my tent up and all my gear away, all my hammock and my tarp, and then I have fun. But it doesn't look like any rain today anyhow, which is beautiful. But I'm really pumped about tonight, really pumped. Minus the flies and then probably the mozzies, but you know, can't win them all. I thought I'd do at least one night of camping and what I'm gonna eat. I've got the campfire going, which is a real rare thing on an adventure, because I've never got any wood or you're not allowed to have any fires. But tonight, it's gonna be the same most nights. I've got dry freeze chicken tikka masala, so that's probably just gonna either come out runny or block me up, all good either way. I've got a Nature Valley protein, peanut butter and chocolate. I'm gonna have some peanut butter, that goes down well. And I always like to have port when I ride, but I never bring any when I ride. So this is the first time ever. Little Giant Fine Age 20. It was the only small bottle I had, and I remember to buy a bottle of port, which I drink very, very rarely. So I've also got that. Oh, this isn't staged. I've also got a pile of wombat or kangaroo poo. Yuck, get out of here. And that's all I'm gonna have each night. So it's pretty bare, it's pretty basic, but it gets the job done. Meanwhile, I'll get this fire cranking and hopefully it'll keep the mozzies away. A river campsite. I wonder what the next day brings. It's always the excitement. What's the weather going to do? What's the terrain going to produce? And how long am I going to be in the saddle for? All the questions I always ask myself. And I never have the answers for them really, because I always either keep going or stop early or find a better campground or find the worst one. Or it starts to rain or it doesn't start to rain. All part of the adventure. I don't know why these kangaroos just stay on the road. Crazy, crazy Australian animals. 45 to 50 kilometers an hour, impressive. He's been doing this for about 500 meters too. But he doesn't want to get off the road. Come on, you crazy animal there, calm down, don't jump into the fence. I have been absolutely blessed for the first 3 days of this ride. Because of all the rain that they had about half a week ago, the tracks are just in absolute superb condition. Like, I've been on tracks like this before where you're just holding on for dear life and you don't even know how you get through sometimes. Granted, I've had a few sticky situations where I've had 100 meters of absolute slop and nearly got bogged and whatnot, but overall I cannot complain with the road conditions. It makes riding so much easier, and as long as I'm on the dirt, I don't care if they're smooth. As long as it's dirt, it's all good days ahead. It's just sensational. A little bit of rain and everything's better, unless you get caught in that same rain and then life is miserable, absolutely miserable. Whilst riding along this road, I was just sort of got into my own thoughts, and my mighty DRZ 400E, when you think about it, this bike cost me $7,990 brand new, and it has taken me absolutely everywhere with plenty more trips in her.
I've done enduro riding, adventure riding, long distance outback trips, high country trips, you name it, I've done it. But when you do a cost benefit analysis, yeah, sure, it's not high spec or comfortable, but it is an absolute bargain. And I'm not a tight ass, but for $8,000 so far, all my trips, they're probably equal to be only $1,000 per trip. I mean, that just blows my mind when you think about it like that. One of the major indicators of when you are remote and in the middle of nowhere is when you can with 100% confidence stop your bike on the road and just go and do a number one or a wee, whatever you want to call it, and not have to run for a tree or a log to hide behind. Just flop the old fella out and off you go, and no one's coming. And with absolute confidence, you can do your business, you get a few shakes, back on your bike, and you just keep going. Definitely an indication of outback travel, in my opinion anyway. Here's the road I'm looking for, Mungo National Park, 65 kilometres. Don't mind if I do. I love this place, providing everything's open in here. They do shut it pretty quickly with a bit of rain or some sort of upgrades or whatnot. Either or, I've got to go through here for my next destination. Wow, I've just came over a hill and they call this Lake Garnpang or Garnpang. Obviously it's not a lake, but all the trees have just instantly disappeared. I can see the massive sand dunes in the distance there of Mungo National Park. But look at this vast area, and it's just got this one single road smashing through it. But where's the trees gone? Like, why? I mean, no trees all of a sudden. Just sensational stuff. Obviously I'm in the middle of nowhere, there's no cars coming for miles, but I thought I'd quickly stop, set up the camera. Why not? It's my video, I can. But a lot of people comment on me about solo adventure riding and how I can do it. Obviously there's heaps of people that do it, but there's a lot of people I noticed that ask things like, what happens if you break down? What happens if you crash? What happens if something goes wrong? I don't know if I can do it. Well, my advice to those people would be, you have to get rid of those bad thoughts, because yes, something could go wrong. Just think about it as a character test, and one day you'll have to deal with it. But you've got to think about more like, I might be the only person out here today on my vehicle traveling. You get to think about all the good things in your life. You get to reminisce about past ones, like I always think about my father and whatnot. But you can't think of the bad things. You've just got to absolutely get amongst it and think about all the positives, and don't worry if something goes wrong. Otherwise you'll never leave your lounge room, or you'll always be in that group aspect or that paid tour. Just give it a go, start small, and then just go big. As long as you've got a trusty bike, all should be good, I believe. So anyway, that's my advice. Get amongst it and just think positive. Well, I better go in case a car may come one day. Oh, if only you could see what I'm seeing. Oh, well, of course you can, because I've got cameras going everywhere. But look at those random sand dunes, literally in the middle of nowhere. But that's what Mungo's known for. It's known for its sand dunes. And they just pop up and just, bam, they're there. I don't know if the camera's showing it, but you can see all this blue here on the maps. And I'm sure I'm not the only person that's ever done this, but I'm happy to admit it on camera. When I very first explored these locations, I came out here because I thought there'd be water everywhere, because on Google Maps they're all called lakes that are in blue. And I can tell you I was I was majorly disappointed on my first time out here to find there's never been a lake out here in recent times anyway, yet they're still called lakes. So it makes me wonder that, you know, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years ago, what was it like out here? Was it completely different and it was full of water, or was it not? I don't really know. I'm not much of a history buff, so I just go with my made-up facts, of course. But I definitely came out here the first time expecting to go swimming and kicking around in the water, but no, there was zero water. Whilst you ride and see scenery like this, any problems you got in life, just, I tell you what, they just dissipate for the time being, and you can just not stop thinking about how awesome it is. Like, everyone's got problems in life, and I do too. I've got a pretty good life, I must admit, but right now everything just seems perfect. Life is great. I'm just escaping for a week. I'll come back refreshed, and I'm just so happy. And on the same token, I'm missing my family so much, which to me is a great thing, because I come back and each time after a trip like this, you just appreciate what you've got at home, like the luxuries of a shower, a kiss and a cuddle from your kids and your wife. but sometimes it's just good to get away and just think positive and enjoy yourself for a few days or a week, and then go back feeling refreshed, even though physically you feel more drained than ever because you've been straddling a motorbike for a week, but mentally you just feel spot on and good to tackle the world and look after your family again. But oh, this is just sensational for me, absolutely perfect. You've got to admit, that's pretty cool. Just this massive random sand dune in the middle of nowhere. Kind of reminds me of Big Red, minus the colour. But if you're approaching from the east towards Big Red, it's just the first big sand dune amongst many, many more. In this case, I've only got the one, but why is it here? Why has Earth decided we're going to have a big old sand dune here and it's just going to stay here forever? I just quickly parked my bike in the middle of the track. There's no one coming. Just look at this massive, massive distances of flat land between the sand dunes. And you can see in here, it's just totally eroded out with probably thousands of years of water. I'll tell you what, this landscape could have told 1,000 stories. 1,000 stories. Very, very awesome and cool indeed. I'm at the point of my trip now where I've been as far westerly as I can go, and I'm now heading back in a true easterly direction, so I think it's only fitting to say goodbye to the westerly sands, because of every passing kilometre now I head towards the coast. I've still got plenty of outback type riding to go, but I will be slowly making my way back to the bush, and then hopefully finishing on a random beach for a swim, no matter how cold it is, because I haven't had a shower by that point in 6 days, and my wife's gonna hate me if I come home stinking like you know what. But anyway, it's been an epic westerly trip, and now back to the east. I cannot wait for some more. Well, I'm in the Yanga National Park, I believe it's called, and it's certainly not what I thought it would be. A lot of dead ends, bucket loads of animals though, but still on the red roads, a lot more bushland, but I'm kind of just winging it now. These tracks are not very well used by the looks of it, and my maps keep disorientating themselves. Look at all these emus and kangaroos. Don't jump in front of me, that's so dumb. Just stop and I'll pass you. It's like, I don't know why you keep running, emu. Don't jump into that fence. Well, I've came across this and it's pretty sloshy, maybe maximum 20 centimeters deep, but it's a dead end up there, so I'm just not going to bother going through. I just don't want to get my boots all muddy just for the sake to turn around from a campground. I'll see if I can go around it, but this whole area is just flooded. It might have been a bit of a bad call, which is not too bad though, because that's the first bad call of the trip really. It was about 40k to get in here. Now I'll see if I can go around it. Otherwise, adventure riding sometimes doesn't pan out, I guess. This does not look any better at all. Oh, it's slippery. Not worth it. Not worth it at all. Shit! I just got to get out of this place. This is a disaster in here. No, I'm out of here. Where am I going to go? How am I? It's so freaking. Look at that. Just cakes onto your tyre. This is not not what you want when you're flying solo, because you just get stuck. There's no way I'd punch through that at all. I'm pretty confident saying I'll just get bogged and be stranded here. Crap. Well, I managed to turn my bike around. Believe it or not, with great difficulty. It's just so slippery. Oh, this is going to be rough. Oh, stay on it, Lance. Stay on your bike. Oh, go. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Take that, bushland. I got to get out of here and find somewhere else to camp for tonight. Unless I've got a water boat with me. Unbelievable. Look at all these kangaroos. Wow. And they just like a bird and just follow each other. Unbelievable. Come on, guys, off the road. Come on, little buddy. I've ran over one before at 80k an hour and it was not pretty. I don't want to ever do that again in my life. Well, Mr. Waterlogged National Park, I'm going to overcommit and I'm going to try and make it to the next national park within 2.5 hours, because camping here, as fun as it'll be, it doesn't allow me to travel through the national park like I want to for tomorrow, and I don't want to be behind an itinerary. So it's been fun, animals everywhere, too many near misses, too many water holes and bog holes. So I'll leave I'll leave the wetness behind. Look at this big sucker. I'll leave the wetness behind and I'm going to go for it. Let's see how I go. Well, I've changed national parks and it's getting very late. I've got about an hour of daylight left. I found this awesome inland sea again, and I'm going to try and find a spot to camp near it because I've got no other options. The problem is the ground looks all beautiful and soft, but it's full of thorns everywhere. So I need a bit of an opening, at least sandy, some sort of sandy section. So hopefully in a few minutes that'll be my day done. Let's see. Not what I expected for the end of day 3, but I found this awesome inland sea. I found some sort of area I can set up tent, and I'm gonna have to call it because it's getting too late. But that'll be me done. Thanks for watching, but stay tuned because I've got days 4, 5 and 6 still to come, and it's going to be just as epic, and it'll be kicking off right from this location here. Thanks for watching.